Hello everybody, I hope you are well. We are here today at the Nurburgring. The weather is not so bad and we are here with a special car. Yes, we are here with that car. I'm pretty sure you know who is this car. The thing is, this is not my car. This was lent to me by Tesla France for a test drive on the Nordschleife, and also one lap time attempt with just the normality to the objective to come by the road, by the street with this car and to do the best as we can do with it. But just doing everything by myself, you know, no team, not something special about help, no someone or no somebody give it to me some help about the car. I just do it by myself, just driving. And that's it. So you will see on the second time the video with one pretty good lap around the Nordschleife. And so this video is a bit special. This video is just to explain you what you need to do if you want to ride a Tesla car on the Nordschleife, because there is a few points that it's important to know. First of all, yeah, on the Nurburgring, it's very good to know that you have a supercharger just close to the Dorint Hotel. It's not on the Tesla integrated GPS supercharger map, but you can find it directly by yourself, just close to the hotel. So you have two chargers who are compatible for the Tesla Model 3 and yeah, every model from the brand. And of course, this supercharger you allow to just reload the power in your car very quick. Like we can just go from 10% till 70% in 20 minutes, you know. So just the time to drink a beer, or yeah, not very a beer, because the beer is not very recommended before to go on the before to going on the track. But yeah, you have time to do just 20-30 minutes something and just go on the track. So it's very simple. The cars here is the performance model, so of course with a bigger brake system, with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S in a 20-inch size, 235/35 all around. So of course the cars has got, we will see from inside, the full mode track mode V2, which is the special track mode for intense track use, so with better cooling, with the 500 horsepower, you know, also mode. So this is the best model, of course, to go on the track from the brand. So you see, we just installed the race navigator. We were here on a very private industry pool record slot, so it's very special. So first of all, it's not here. It's important to not be here for lap record attempt on Touristenfahrten, especially if you want to do a lap time with your cars. You must absolutely, it doesn't matter which brand is it, but it's important to go with a track day organizer who can allow you the track timing, the lap timing. But on Touristenfahrten, please do not lap time, because it's not for it. So there is, from my opinion, 4 points very important to know before to track your Tesla Model 3 performance. First of all, it is about the wheel. So, as you probably know, it's a classic, just under the caps. You have 5 nuts, okay? So this, nothing special, it's 21 about the tool size, and it's very, very, very important, and I insist about it for your security and everything, to check regularly the torque Newton meter of each nut. Okay, this car has a lot of torque, has a lot of power, and on the Nürburgring especially, of course, already on a normal car, it can just become loose, and so on this car it's become even more loose because the power and the torque. So it's very important to use one special Newton meters torque ratio for this car on the track. Doesn't matter which track, but it's very important to be at 170 Newton meters of torque for each nuts. 170 Newton meters of torque for each nuts, because yeah, it's if you just use the normal, the regular Newton meters tension, after a couple of laps you will have some problem about it. The nuts just can become loose, and so at 170 we just made some tests and there is absolutely no problem. So this is very important. 170 Newton meters of torque for each nuts, front wheel, rear wheel. This is very important. Secondly, we can keep on the wheel and the tires, the tire pressure. So it's important to not be too low on this car, because I mean, for a stock car, here we have a 100% stock car, so I don't know about some people just put some suspension on it or everything, but this is just a car you just buy at Tesla and you just directly go on the track with it, so we just talk only about it. The tires, so is the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, which is marvelous tires for everything, rain, dry, for everything on the track and on the road. So just important to not be too low about the pressure, because of course the car doesn't have a lot of camber from the factory. It's just a conventional camber for one all-round use. So the recommended tire pressure is 2.9 bar all around for a classic use. This is the pressure indicated on the door. What I recommend, my best feeling and about security, about tire wear, etc., it's to reach 2.9 bar front, hot, and 2.8 bar rear, hot. You can probably just go a little bit under that on a classic track, but for the Nurburgring, 2.9 front, 2.8 bar on the rear. Hot pressure, so maybe you can start just 0.3, 0.4 under that, but never, of course, under 2.2. But the optimum is 2.9 for the front and 2.8 on the rear. This is a good feeling, and it works pretty well on this car. So this is about the tire. We can just see here the new 991 GT3, no, 992 GT3 RS. Just pass it on. We can also just continue to talk about the wheel, this area. Now we can talk about the brake. So some people just gone on the track with the car and just exploded the brake pads after a couple of laps on the Nordschleife or on classic track. I must say that this car is an electric car, an EV, electric vehicle car, so it's a bit special. It's a bit different. It's not a bit, it's completely different than a classic car, because you have a lot of braking regeneration from the two engines. I just remind you that we have one engine on the rear, one engine on the front on the Tesla. And so when you just remove your foot from the throttle, immediately you have one braking power. So especially with the track mode V2, we will check it. You have one special mode. We can allow you from 0 to 100% of braking power only on the only from the removing your foot from the throttle. So this is very important to use, because first of all, the Nurburgring is not one big braking track. It's only, I will tell you later, but only 3 parts where it's, when you go fast, you have a big hard braking if you go very fast. But except these 3 parts, there is not big braking parts like you can find on classic GP track like Monza, like Silverstone, or etc. So it's important to use the regeneration of the brake. And I don't know if you can see, but the brake pads here, the brake pads you can see here, has got now from the car with no changing 3 days on the track and 2 days on the Nordschleife. So as you see, it's pretty new. I think it's like new. The rear is a bit more used because when you use hard the car on the street, it's active the traction control and it's use a little bit more the brake pad on the rear, but it's crazy. I never seen something like that because for a stock car with not special component of brake pad, etc., it's just so strong, so incredibly strong. So this is very nice. So that's it about the wheel. So very important again, the nut, torque, the tire pressure, and the brake technique, which is very important to be very smooth on the brake, or even no brake. Just use the, just remove your foot from the lift, from the throttle, and it works perfect. Okay, so now we can just check a little bit more from the inside. So we just put it on the race navigator. You will see the lap time later. You will see which is not that bad. So now, if we check a little bit more, what's the mode I recommend for the Nurburgring? So, of course, when you go on the track, you have, so now we are on P, we will close the door. We'll just go on mode, driving, and now you have the track mode. So we just, from the factory, there is a couple of programs, but so what we used it was this one, the Porsche Killer program. This is from Tesla France, it's not from mine. I just made some few change for the Nordschleife, and for me, at my opinion, now it's absolutely perfect. So we have one repartition of the traction at 70% on the rear, 30% on the front. As you can see, we can adjust as we want, but 70-30 is not bad. We also tried 65-35, it's not bad also, but 70-30, it's very good. About the traction control, so this is like no traction control, this is like the maximum of traction control. So this is just like if you turn a little bit too fast on any curve on the street, you have the traction control on, so of course it's not good. So what I recommend for any driving level, it's from 0, so -10, so this means no traction control, or at least -8, even if you are beginner on the track. Because if you go higher, for example, if you go -4, -5, you have a lot, the brake pads just hit your disc on the rear, which just become one overheating about the braking system, and also just give you one bad feeling component about the car. So really very important, if you have experience on the track, just use this mode, -10, so no assistance, and -8 if you are beginner or not that good, but only that, no more, because more will be bad in any way. So this is the proper way. This is about the braking. So as I said, it's very important to be 100% of braking regeneration. This will just help to increase the life of your brake pads, and also just give you one more comfortable ride. You know, it's very good on this way. This you put all on, so this is the cooling system, but it's active before the driving. It's just help the compressor to reduce the temperature of the batteries. So what I recommend is when you start from the Tesla supercharger at the Doreen Total, you just active it, just put the mode on during the last 5 minutes of charging, and then you go on the track. Then you have 5 minutes of just cooling the temperature of the batteries down, and then you can just do 3-4 laps. You know, after 3-4 laps, you will be, depend of your driving style and speed, and of course the traffic also on the track, but you will be at, I think, yeah, between 15-20%. So it will be the time to return at the supercharger. So, but again, it's very important to use the regeneration of the braking. So completely different style of driving, but it works pretty well. So yeah, just note all of this mode, which is the best at my opinion for track use, especially on the Nordschleife. This is my recommendation also. It's to just remove the air conditioning. So what you can do is just yeah, just use classic air. You just put the orientation of the air on your helmet, on your face. Just put at the minimum of the temperature, so basically the outside temperature, but no air conditioning, because of course AC will reduce the durability of the batteries for the ride. So yeah, it's better to use this way. Yeah, I think that's it. It's of course recommended to, yeah, there is no harness on this car, but you can use the classic belt, which is of course safe enough. But please just put a helmet on this car, because it can go very, very fast. As you will see on the lap time, it's very close to some high performance car, even some a few years ago supercar. So yeah, for a sedan car, we've also a Tesla baby seat. I cannot say any more about it, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good car. I think for a daily car it's perfect, and if eventually you want to go a little bit on the track, yeah, then you can with no risk. Yeah, I think we just checked everything. So do not hesitate to go at the Nurburgring for testing. Just use this recommendation. The most important one again is to control the nuts torque at 170 Newton meters for each one, front and rear, and just check it after. For be safe, you can maybe check it after each run on the Nord. This is for your security. It's very, very important. Also for the security of the other people, because if you lose a wheel, it's also dangerous for the other people, especially the biker. So yeah, very important to use it. I also recommend to put the Gopro just around the roof, because it's perfect here. And yeah, that's it. It's honestly, I'm very, very surprised of this car. It was one big opportunity for me to try it on the track, on different track, and to try it on the Nordschleife. And I can really say that it's very impressive. It's very impressive because the car feels very light also at the driving, compared to some other electric vehicle production car, like we can say the Taycan, you know. Also yeah, Taycan is a very good car, but the problem of the Taycan is very heavy, so on the track it's, yeah, not that good for a long time. So yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I think all manufacturers, it's very important that you just quickly do something, quickly move your ass about the electric vehicle high performance, because this one is very, very impressive. I am very, very impressive. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you have any question of some stuff I just forget, but I think it's better to do simple, you know, just the minimum recommendation. What I say is just enough. Nothing more to say. It's just with this recommendation you can enjoy with safety, with yeah, just check, of course, your tires and your brake pads must be, when you arrive here on the track, already in good condition. But just to improve, to have everything in perfect condition, just please follow the indication that I told you, especially again for the Nordschleife, and you will enjoy so much this car. Honestly, you will enjoy so much. We noticed absolutely no overheating, absolutely no error about the batteries, etc. We have sometimes, of course, when we do one very quick lap, after the lap, it's the batteries indication on the track mode become orange, but that means that you can continue. You just have a little bit less horsepower, but you're just cooling down 2 minutes and it's all green again. So it's nothing more bad than BMW M3 from the M3, M4 of last generation that sometimes has overheating. So this is quite less dramatic, I mean. Okay, so I hope you enjoy, and do not hesitate to comment and to ask if you have any question. See you later.